Hi, you want to make some music? What you're about to witness is one of my first attempts at making a video about how I created the song or the track behind it. I've been making music since I was about 15 years old, and got started off with acoustic guitar, quickly transformed into learning how to play Papa Roach and Chevelle, Pantera, Metallica, Testament, Journey, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, all of the greats. You learn how to do that, right? And then one day my friend bought me Studio One, and he's like, yo, check this thing out. I just hit record and I thought I hit record and I didn't capture anything I just said. But anyways, thanks for joining me. So I have this idea for a song called Memories, and I started off with an acoustic guitar, put that into a voice memo, and then we're going to throw that into the DAW, listen to that here in a second, and then try and turn that into a full instrumental track. Maybe we'll put some vocals on it. We'll see what comes to mind. All right, so here's the voice memo for the song. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe calling it Memories, Memories Remain. I don't know, remains, something like that, but it's just B, D, A, G, so it goes like this. It's very simple. My name is Brandon, and there's a couple of different ways that I've been writing songs lately, but I think this is one of the most efficient ways that I found for me to capture an idea from in my head and then getting it into the DAW and ultimately trying to create it into a full track. So I'm going to go ahead and take you along that process right now. All right, right now we're going to be tracking the acoustic guitar, and I'm plugging direct in. I'm using an Apollo Twin USB. And then this is my Taylor GS Mini Mahogany. I haven't yet recorded with this direct in, and I think it'd be fun to see what kind of sounds we can get with that. Do you like an acoustic? I saw an acoustic one here. If I remove all, there we go. See what kind of sounds we can get now. Guys, there's gotta be a lot of outtakes. Okay. So first of all, let's turn the volume up. And then we'll go into here. Now I have this completely flat. We'll just put everything in the middle. That's real fuzzy. Would help if I armed the track. So, well, you guys can't see my pad over here, but I got a recorder. I hit stop, undo, chord, and it will arm and record it. I think we need to go faster. We'll bring it up to like 98. I'll try that. Okay, so right now I'm explaining how I like to use samples once in a while to get inspiration and add some elements into the mix. And Splice has an integration directly into Studio One, which is pretty awesome. Very easy to use here. And what I'll do is I'll find the sample that I like, drag that over, I'll figure out what's being played in the sample, find the elements, and then I'll copy that with my own instruments or rhythm section. And that way I'm using elements that fit my mix better. Alright, so now that we have one guitar track, I like to add the drums, and now that we have the drums and just a kind of a basic rhythm, I go back and I retrack the guitars. That way it has kind of a more natural feel, like somebody's jamming with the drums. And now that we have that basic rhythm going down, I'm also going to lay my other sections, so my B and C, maybe a D section or a bridge. And so I just lay all of that down along with the rhythm and the drums. Okay, so we've laid down the other A, B, C, and D sections. We've double tracked guitars with the acoustic, and now I'm going to move on to double tracking electric guitars. Alright, so we're just going to copy the main riff for now. This will be left channel. Alright, so now I'm in the part of the song where I've got the kind of the main elements. I got the guitar, the bass, and the rhythm that's going on. Some basic drums. I'm just kind of structuring everything, and I got the verses, basically. This will be the verses. And I put in some piano. It's just playing D major chord. Great, but I'm just trying to find the right element right now. And so what I'm doing is I'm just going through, listening to different Okay, so this is my first attempt at actually taking you through the process of what it's like for me as a producer to be at home, to be inspired, and then to want to turn that inspiration into a track. I want to turn that into something that I can share with you, with the world. And after that track is finished, it's like, well, then what do you do with it? Personally, I'm not a singer. Maybe I'll start learning how to do that through some of these videos and the more content that I make. But, you know, what do you do once you have a song finished, you know? So maybe we'll try and figure out something to do with the song afterwards. I do want to break here. And that's nice because with Studio One, when you have the arranger selected and you're highlighting a certain section, you can just click and drag that over. Move everything that's in that section. Okay, so since we missed what we did yesterday, I ended up adding. So I ended up playing just like a D chord, just on like for 4 measures, strumming on the acoustic guitar, and then I played like the piano over it, and this is what I came up with, which is pretty cool. And you can see they're all at different velocities, and I got the panning melody back and forth and the high end. So. We have this for bass line. So that's the bass line. Cool. So I think we got quite a bit of it going smoothly now. I do want to hear what this is like over this. This is just the D strumming acoustic guitar. This we don't really need. It's not really adding much. We'll track an instrument. So we are going to take away these three. Gotta go. And we're just doing this. I mean, you can have as many measures as you want, but we're just doing this because we're making it for like this basic pop. Super simple. Has a formula. Alright, so now that we got that, I think I want to just take this chorus, put that in here somehow, maybe make it a little different. And then bring the bridge over, bring the chorus over, bring the second verse into here, chorus. How's this sound? It's one thing I really like about Superior Drummer is even though I play a lot of the drums MIDI myself, I do like to get a starting like that. So what I'm doing now is I'm bouncing all the tracks from the MIDI to audio tracks so then I can start mixing a little bit better here. We're just going to Control B for bounce. Now we need to make space. It's pretty thick and heavy here. I like what's happening, but we need to carve out some space. So we got to bring out some low ends and some stuff. We put all the bass in the same. So how I like to organize, I like to have my drums and my bass and my guitars, and then any type of like pianos and mids, and then we'll do the, and then I usually put the like effects and stuff at the very top, but we'll see how this one goes. So right now we're going to put the bass and dropout bass in the same folder. Name that bass. Alright, so what I'm doing now is hopefully at this point in the video, you know that I'm a music producer. I was inspired by a acoustic guitar riff that I put down in my notepad or my Samsung recording pad, and then put that ultimately into the DAW and took you through the process of how I write everything from recording the guitars, writing the drums and the bass lines, the pianos. Now, hopefully at this point in the video, you have a good idea of what I'm trying to do, and this is the first video that I have of this series, so stick with me, and this will definitely get better and better as we continue to release these. But at this point, we have the song pretty much arranged. Seriously though, thank you for watching my content, my video. This one might have been a little bit rough at the beginning, or maybe even in the middle and towards the end, or maybe the whole way through. I'm not sure. We'll find out. And if you like what you saw, or if you want to continue on with me and watch more of these as I release these, make sure you like and subscribe, so that way it helps out the channel and gets people aware. More eyeballs on here, the more I can start making these videos, maybe get some better ideas, work with some other producers and such, start cranking these out. So again, thanks for checking this out. All right, I want to say thank you for watching the video. A big thanks. If you like what you saw here and you want to continue supporting, go ahead, give us a like, give us a share, tell your friends about it. It's going to help out the channel. We have a lot more content planned and coming out for you soon.